To thank the member for Sheffield Heeley for securing this very important debate. As we have heard from her very eloquently, the use of NDAs across all industries is far too prevalent. And I want to focus my comments this morning on the creative industries. Back in 2017, the Me Too movement exposed the pervasive use of workplace sexual harassment and shone a light on the insidious role of NDAs in silencing victims. Despite that movement's spotlight, abusive NDAs continue to thrive in the creative industries, serving as tools of coercion rather than legitimate business protections. These agreements don't just limit disclosure, they enable perpetrators, protect abusers and perpetrate cycles of harm. The creative industries, with their reliance on freelancers and temporary employment, irregular working hours and lack of employer accountability, are particularly vulnerable to exploitation. In this environment, NDAs have been weaponised to cover up harassment, discrimination and abuse. They don't exist to protect trade secrets or intellectual property in these cases. They exist to protect the powerful from the consequences of their actions. When 80% of individuals who report misconduct in the music and film industries are silenced by NDAs, the question is not whether these agreements should be regulated, but whether they should be allowed at all. The continued use of abusive NDAs is frankly an outrage. They strip individuals of their right to speak out, forcing them into a cruel dilemma: stay silent or risk financial ruin. I will indeed.
Thank the honourable member for giving way. Just on the issue of the abuse of NDAs, which you agree with me, what is an even, well, a more significant abuse is that sometimes when public money is used by employers, for example, the BBC, that are paid for by the licence fee, and they occasionally would use non-disclosure agreements, which means our money is being used to try and silence those who have a case against, for example, a public sector broadcaster.
I thank the honourable member for his comment, and I would agree we need to look very carefully, particularly where we have public money being used for these. But across the board, we need to end the practice of abusive NDAs. And as I said, it is an outrage, and I'm asking the government today to act decisively. We have waited too long for a ban on NDAs in the cases of abuse, harassment and discrimination. Protecting corporate reputations shouldn't come at the cost of human dignity. Since the formation of the Creative Industries Independent Standards Authority, CISA, they've been a crucial force in fighting this abuse, working to expose harmful practices and advocating for transparency and accountability. And their efforts to become a prescribed person will essentially provide a situation where the legal safeguards are there for whistleblowers, helping those bound by NDAs to speak out without fear of retribution. By their very existence, CISA makes it harder for misconduct to be hidden away, forcing perpetrators and institutions to think twice before engaging in exploitative behaviour. But unfortunately, despite their vital work, CISA faces the threat of closure due to financial barriers. Their request for just 0.1% of a company's profits, a mere fraction of what other regulatory bodies operate on, is being met with obstruction, delays and shifting goalposts. And if they are forced to shut down, it sends a clear message. Creative industry workers, despite generating £124.6 billion, don't deserve a safe and respectful workplace. So I have two requests of the Minister today. First, please will you act to ensure that CISA has the funding it needs to continue its work and protect people in the creative industry and prevent the industry sliding back into silence, fear and impunity. And my second request, what I know we will hear again and again today, is please take the action we have been waiting for to ban abusive NDAs outright. We have waited far too long. No one should ever be forced to choose between their career and their dignity. It is time to end the use of NDAs as a weapon against justice and ensure those who have suffered can speak out their truth without fear, without penalty and without being erased. Thank you, Chairman.